What's going on, 5-9 friends? Ironcane here as one of your hosts for your weekly dose of Gacha news. For today's episode, we'll be talking about new releases, some controversies, a closed beta, and more. It's crazy to think that it's already the last day of September, but hey, time flies when you're getting shafted. Anywho, you all know the drill. Like the video if you enjoyed the content, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date for everything Gacha related, and let us know in the comments what games you're most looking forward to in October. With that out of the way, let's get into this week's news. Genshin Impact really came out about a year ago, took the Gacha world by storm and set a new bar. So with its resounding success, the anniversary rewards must be amazing, right? Well, not exactly. The game has been making quite the buzz recently, but for all the wrong reasons. With all the criticisms from players boiling down to the rewards for the anniversary being extremely lackluster. So much so that the game has been review bombed in protest. That's a screenshot I took 2 days ago. And you know what? Let us know in the comments if it's gone even lower. I'm curious. Now, you're probably saying, come on, Iron, it can't be that bad. Well, in a second, you may change your tune. Here's the rewards. A multi, a singular multi, upgrade material, and Mora. This game has received $1 billion and revenue, by the way. To put things in perspective, when Genshin launched last year, the rewards were 20 equated fates and 1,600 primo gems, which is enough for 3 multis. To be fair, one of the 10 equated fates was unlocked at Adventure Rank 10, but that's still 2 multis at launch versus the one we're getting for the first anniversary. There is this cool web movie that players can watch which highlights certain parts of their playthrough, listing up how many chests they've opened in an area, events they've cleared, and more. This is neat, but players got a measly 40 primo gems for viewing this, which is pretty low effort for how neat the montage is overall. With all that said, it's easy to see why players are so outraged by the current rewards. Hopefully MiHoYo has plans to expand upon the first anniversary rewards in the coming days, but right now, that remains to be seen. Genshin Impact is available on mobile devices for PC, PS4, and PS5 worldwide. Now for some more uplifting and refreshing news, Dragon Quest Dai, AHerosBond is now playable. Depending on when this video airs, Gail and I may already have a first impressions video on the channel, so if you're interested in that, stay tuned or look in the description below to check it out. Now, if you're unfamiliar with AHerosBond, the game is a mix of an auto-runner and an action RPG. For story, players can relive iconic moments from the original anime the game is based off of, or experience the new story made just for the mobile title. For combat, players run at enemies and hop horizontally between 3 lanes to attack. Normal attacks are done automatically, with skills, special moves, and assists being launched manually by the player. To celebrate the game's release, 6,000 gems, which is enough for 2 multis, will be available to pick up until October 31st. So if the game sounds like your cup of tea, you might as well take advantage of these rewards. Dragon Quest Dai, AHerosBond is currently available on Android and iOS devices. For the next story, I have some good news and some bad news. The bad news is that code Geass Genesic Re code has been delayed. The good news is that it has only been pushed back a week, now launching on October 4th. The purpose of the delay is to improve upon the game's service environment. This is now the second time the game has been delayed, so hopefully this time will be the last. The title is set to feature 2 distinct game modes. The story has players control chibi versions of characters where Geass powers can be unleashed, and the other is a more strategic mode where players command the Nightmare Frames as well as other characters. If you're interested in trying out the latest Code Geass project, Code Geass Genesic Re code will be available on Android and iOS devices October 4th for JP. Miss your chance to play the first closed beta of Girls Frontline 2 Exilium? Well, you're in luck. Another closed beta will start next month on October 18th. I couldn't find any information on registering for the specific beta, but I imagine it will work similarly to how the first closed beta did. There's 2 known ways of registering for the closed betas, with the first being a bit simpler than the first. The first involves players creating a Bilibili account and filling out a form. Bam, you're done. The second requires you to create a TapTap account, create a Sunborn CN account, and then fill out a TapTap survey, so basically an extra step. This title is a turn-based strategy game where players place units on a 2D grid, basically anime waifu XCOM. So far, there's no word on a specific release date yet, but the developer did reveal that when the game launches overseas, it will be simultaneous. Girls Frontline 2 and Exilium will be available in the near future on Android and iOS devices for CN. Our last story of the week may come as a surprise to some. SNK All Star has announced that it will be shutting down 2 months from now on November 26th. All purchases made as of this episode airing will be refundable, with the option to purchase currency ceasing next month on October 9th. The mobile title originally launched back in 2019, featuring all of the awe-inspiring characters from SNK, including the King of Fighters, Samurai Showdown, and Oriochi. The game took place in an alternate timeline where all characters met before Oriochi is sealed, with their goal being to prevent the extinction of humanity. The gameplay was that of a mobile RPG that tried to pay homage to classic beat-em-ups as much as it could. If you would like to pay your respects to SNK All Stars and give it a try before it's added to the Gacha graveyard, the title will be available on Android and iOS devices until November 26th. That wraps things up for me this week, but before I go, I just wanted to wish 5'9" happy birthday, even if it is a tad bit late. We've launched a whole bunch of channels, so make sure to check them all out. Alright Sly, take care of the rest. Ironcane out.
Thanks, Iron. And yes, happy birthday to 5'9 Gaming. They have done so much for the community, and I wish them a healthy and happy longevity. Anyways, let's get into the news this week because there's a few things I'm excited to share. First up will be Grand Cross. In the most recent patch notes, Netmarble announced an official PC version that will be coming soon for the game. If Netmarble does it the same way as Duel Links, you will be able to enjoy the game on a full, proper application on your PC rather than needing to use an emulator. This is exciting news, believe it or not, as it helps enhance the experience of the game on PCs and helps players who may want to free up some space on their phones, but don't want to delete the game from their phone either. Also mentioned in these patch notes was a new Gil Thunder. As we always do with new units, let's take a look at his kit. His passive reads, increases the hero's damage by the value equal to 50% of other allies' crit resistance at the start of battle, applies when entering the battle. With his first skill, he will cancel his stances on an enemy, inflict damage up to 250% of his attack, and then stun for 2 turns. His second skill will deal up to 250% detonate damage on all enemies, and his ultimate will deal single target rupture damage. In addition to a new Gil Thunder and the PC version announcement, Final Boss Diane will be receiving her Legend difficulty as well. As previously mentioned, Puzzle & Dragons will be having a collab event with the vastly popular anime Jujutsu Kaisen. Well, it is now here. In this collab, clear the special dungeons to receive up to 2 free pulls on the collab event. In addition to these dungeons, players also receive 2 additional free pulls on the event machine, in addition to a guaranteed 7 or 8-star rarity character, thanks to the community reaching 10,000 retweets. Much like past collab events, there are special orb skins that can be acquired by obtaining Maki Zenin for the first time. Take on the special Jujutsu Kaisen collab dungeons to receive special collab medals that can be used in the Monster Exchange shop. During the event, Hanami will appear as a special limited time monster available in the Monster Exchange shop. He is also able to limit break and super limit break, allowing him to go up to level 120 and receive super awakenings. The collab event ends on October 11th. Anniversary time has now concluded in Passio. However, that does not mean there isn't anything hype going on. As previously stated in a past Gacha news, Pokemon Masters plan to release the villain event Spreading Shadows arc to the main story. Why is this newsworthy, you may ask? Well, just check out this segment of the official trailer. Yes, you saw that right. Mega Mewtwo Y is finally arriving in the game, and you want to know the best part? He is 100% free. Yes, free. Earn special items from the Spreading Shadows event to unlock Mega Mewtwo Y. So to quickly summarize, you can freely acquire Mewtwo and Giovanni from their Lurking Shadows event, including their full potential tickets. Unlock their Sync Red fully by getting their Sync move level to 3, but don't stop there, as you can get them full 5 out of 5 by completing the special event missions. Challenge the Looming Shadow of Kanto event and collect 3,000 tickets total to acquire all 50 of Mewtwo's Spears to unlock the Sync Pair's EX outfit and ability. And now, with this story event, you can acquire the Mega Stones needed to acquire Mewtwo Y. A fully maxed out Mega Mewtwo Y is completely free to obtain right now. You have until October 15th to gather everything needed, so hop to it if you don't want to miss out on Mewtwo. There are also 2 Signa Suit Sync pairs arriving as well to coincide with this event, but don't stress too much. The pairs are Misty and Vaporeon, and Erica and Leafeon. They are spotlight units, so they will be in the general pool, so you will be able to pull them at any time on any upcoming future banners. Lastly, we have Dragalia Lost. The anniversary has kicked off, and we now have the info for both Gala Zethia and Gala Bahamut. For Zethia, she has a unique kit. She only has one skill. Now you might be thinking, why? That's pretty dumb. Trust me, she only needs just this one. The skill is called Genesis Circlet, and it reads, deals damage to surrounding enemies. During this attack, the user will be immune to knockback and damage taken will be reduced by 30%. Hearing this, you might be thinking, how does this warrant only needing one skill? Don't worry, I shall explain it shortly. This skill can be dodged by normal attacks as well as charging automatically over time. Due to knockback immunity and damage reduction, Zethia is able to tank purple attacks, aka the non-iframeable attacks. Moving on to the rest of her kit to further explain why she only needs this one skill. Similar to the Persona units, Zethia gains a summon button rather than the standard shapeshift button. So instead of transforming, Zethia will instead summon Bahamut. Zethia just summons the god of all good dragons and has him battle alongside her. This is thanks to her Genesis Pack Bearer 2 ability. The ability further reads, while Bahamut is summoned, the power of certain standard attacks will be greatly increased, and Bahamut will attack automatically. After attacking a set number of times, Bahamut will automatically use the Cataclysm Beam skill. The damage dealt by Bahamut's automatic attacks and skill will be identical to the Dragon Gala Bahamut's attacks and skill. This is why Zethia doesn't need a second skill. She gains Bahamut's skill when she summons him. Now to go over what Gala Bahamut himself does. Bahamut's Cataclysm Beam skill has 3 bars to it, which fill by standard attacks and dragon strikes while the user is shapeshifted. The skill's effects vary based on the amount of bars filled when the skill is used. 1 bar will just deal damage to the target nearby enemies, 2 bars will do the same and grant the entire team a team defense amp. 3 bars will do the same as 2, as well as grant a team strength amp. The abilities Bahamut gives just for being attached to the unit are also incredible. He gives 120% strength to Shadow Attuned Adventurers. He also fills 50% of the Dragon Gauge at the start of quests and extends shapeshift duration by 100%, but doubles the amount of energy required to shapeshift. All in all, these 2 units are worthy of being the anniversary units, and I cannot wait to summon for them. The banner goes live tonight at the time of this recording at 2 a.m. Eastern, which is the standard reset time. Good luck to all who are summoning, and remember to believe in the heart of the cards. That is all for this week's Gacha News. I'm your co-host Sly, signing us off here at 59 Gaming. Have a great weekend, everybody.